Hi everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we learned how we can write our own custom hook and we wrote our own custom hook. Let me show you. It is called use fetch movies. This hook we are using to fetch movies from TMDB and we are returning the list of movies from it. And we are using this hook in our movies container. Okay, and our movie container looks really clean now, and in this video we are going to make it even clean now. We are going to learn two new concepts. First, keys, and the second is props. So let me show you something before we learn anything about keys. So this is an application that I am currently working on, and yesterday I added a feature called add interaction data, and let me show you. It is giving an error, and the error is missing key props for element in iterator. So we are missing a key property. What is key? Don't worry about it for now, and let's see where I am missing this key property. So if I open this application interact, and if you see over here, I'm iterating over this interaction data, and I forgot to pass this key, that is interaction.id. That is why my deployment failed. So if you are using TypeScript and you forgot to pass the key, then you might get a deployment error. So let's come back to our own application React Prime, and if you see over here, we are iterating over movies and we are passing this key property to this div. So the question is, what is key and why is it necessary? So let's write a comment. Keys. So what are keys? In React, keys are special attributes. Keys are special attributes that are used by React whenever we create a list. So whenever we create a list, we pass some special attributes to that list, which is used by React to check whether the list item has been changed, deleted, or updated. Why is it necessary to pass keys? Because React uses it, and it is a good practice to pass keys because then it makes our application more optimized. Here I am passing index as a key, which is not a good practice. So let me pass something which is better than index. So let me pass movies ID, and remember one thing, this key should be unique. So we are passing a unique key over here. So now let's make this component even more clean. What I want to remove this logic. I want to remove this logic and put it in a different component. So let's remove this logic from here and put it in a different component. Let's call it movies card because this is a logic for rendering a movie card. So let's make a new file. Let's call it movie card.jsx, and let me create this component. How do we create a component? Const movies card, movie card is equals to an arrow function, and it returns a JSX. So return a JSX. So let me come back to our movies container. Let me cut this part from here and let me paste it over here. But if you see, we are getting an error. Why we are getting an error? Let me figure it out. I don't know why we are getting an error. So we are getting an error because the return spelling was incorrect. So now we are not getting an error. And now let's export this. So export default movie card. Okay, and now let's render it over here. So movie card, and that's it. But if you see over here, we have to pass this movie here in this movie card. So how do we pass this movie? So we pass movie is equals to curly braces movie, and this is called props property. So we are passing this movie property or movie prop to this movie card, and now we have to get this prop. I am destructuring it. So movie, and this is it. This is how we pass props from one component to another component. What are prop? Prop means property, property that we pass from parent component to child component. Remember, from parent component to child component. Arvind, can we pass it from child component to parent component? And the answer is yes, and that's what we are going to learn in our next video. So what are props? Props are property. Okay, so let's check whether our application works or not. So let me run this application, npm run dev, and let me go over here, let me refresh it. So yeah, our application works perfectly fine. Okay, so here we are passing props. So let me show you how we can pass props in a different manner. So let me remove this, and if you remember, this is a movie component. Okay, and what is a component? A component is a function. So what if I call this function movie card and passed an object of movie? Will it work? Let me show you. It works. It works perfectly fine. So what we can do, we can also pass props like this, like a function call. So we are passing movie in our movie card, but most people don't use it, so let's not use it. Let's use it the way we were using. Since we are iterating over these movies, we have to pass a special property that is key. It should be unique, so let me pass key movie dot id. Okay, movie dot id, and let me check whether this works or not. And it works. It works. So what we did, we passed key over here and a movie prop. I also showed you how you can pass this movie prop in a different manner. And if you see our movie container component now, look, we converted this movie container component in less than 15 lines of code, and we made this component really clean. Now it looks clean, it is modular, and we also learned two concepts in this video: what are keys and what are props. So let me summarize what we have studied in this video. We learned about keys. What are keys? Keys are special attribute given to a list. It is used by React to identify whether the list item has been changed, updated, or deleted. Then we also learned about props. What are props? Props are special property that are passed from parent component to child component. And remember, it is passed from parent component to child component. You might be wondering, what if I want to pass it from child to parent? And this is what we are going to learn in our next video. So stay tuned for that. And this is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.